Megan Hembree was 30 years old, a mother living outside Lubbock County when she disappeared on February 26, 2013. There's been no trace of her since.
Tonight in our special report on unsolved cases, our Meredith Aldis features Hembree's disappearance and who investigators believe holds the key to finding her.
This is Aiden. Oh, playing in the 5-foot dress that we got for the blizzard. Perfect snowball snow. Oh, you gotta be joking me.
She was a singer. She was a beautiful singer. She's very bubbly. She, in working with people and talking to people, she was very kind and very thoughtful. And she was just a very, very well-liked person. She got along with anybody. She loved her son more than anything. He was 5 years old when she went missing.
It is a true mystery as to what did happen to her and where she's at. In this case, we don't have a crime scene, so we don't have her body to tell us, what did happen to her.
Jerry Hembree, her father, says Megan left Hobbs around 4 o'clock to start a new life in Lubbock.
And I told her I loved her. I kissed her on top of the head and told her I loved her. And she left out.
That was his last kiss goodbye. Investigator Bo Roberts says she made a stop at roughly 7 o'clock. That changed everything.
It became pretty apparent early on in the case who the primary suspect was. That was the guy that she went to see briefly before she was going to meet with friends.
Michael Ramsey is the primary suspect. He's from Grand Saline and came to Lubbock through a halfway house. Detective Roberts says Ramsey knew Megan for about 6 weeks before her disappearance.
He's very well-versed in criminal offenses. He had numerous trips to penitentiary prior to this incident. So Michael Ramsey is now serving an 80-year sentence in the penitentiary for crimes that he committed in Van Zandt County.
It all became very real to Jerry when Robbie, Megan's mother, faxed him the missing persons flyer.
When it came over the fax, and it was a colored fax, and it came over the fax and it showed the missing persons and it showed Lubbock County Sheriff's Department and it showed all the seriousness of it, I absolutely lost it. I just wailed. I wailed. I cried and wailed. It wasn't a good sight. It wasn't good.
And again, when he first passed out those flyers.
I was out in the middle of it, not knowing where she was at, not any of that, and I just sat in my car on the side of the road, and I called my oldest brother because I needed him, and that was when the reality of it was real. And so I'll tell you, from that point on, it's been a pretty tough go.
The biggest hurdle in this case, there's little to no physical evidence. Cell phone records show consistencies of Ramsey and Hembree's locations on the day she disappeared, and Ramsey continued to use her car after, but there isn't enough evidence against him to charge or prosecute.
He's the only one that holds the key to any further information, unless somebody has information that would lead us, to a different suspect or a different outcome. But
when I called him, he knew who I was. He knew who I was and who I was looking for, and he knew he was the one. And he said, just a minute, and he never got back on the phone and hung it up.
Roberts in the Lubbock Metropolitan Special Crimes Unit continues to work this case to eventually bring resolution to Megan's family.
Bo Roberts has not stood down, not once, and he's gone all the way, and he continues. And he has kept a couple of promises, and he's made a few promises, and so far, I wouldn't want anyone else on the case. He's been, he's going to see us through on this. I have no doubt.
I would be motivated to want the investigators and detectives to do anything and everything for as long as it took to bring that closure home. So that's our goal.
It has been almost 6 years since Megan's disappearance, but Jerry remains hopeful.
I believe that there's still someone that knows something. And if there is, we need all the information that we can so that we can bring Megan home.
If you know anything about where Megan Hembree is, call Crime Line 741-1000. You will remain anonymous. With senior photojournalist Andrew Wood, Meredith Aldis, Fox 34, News at 9.